So I've started by spraying a light mist of water onto my craft sheet first, and then scribbling my Faber Castell pens on top of the mist of water. And now I'm just going to sort of smoosh my stamp into the mixture of pens and water, and I've just stamped that directly down onto my card base. I've taken this Paper Mania stamp that I've got. I'm going to choose the small butterfly stamp, and this time I again sprayed a light mist of water onto the stamp first of all, which I think you can just about see me doing, and then I've scribbled the pens directly onto the stamp. The reason for the water is just that it keeps the pens moist for a little bit longer. I know some people like to huff on the stamp, but that doesn't really work very well for me, so I just do a very light misting of water. And then I'm just going to stamp a whole bunch of butterflies in a couple of different colours on just plain white cardstock. And then when that's finished, I've got a corresponding die set that I'm going to use to cut the butterflies out with. You could just fussy cut them, that would be fine. I'm too lazy to do that, so I've used a die set and my big shot to cut those out. And now what I wanted to do was just colour the back side of the butterflies in the same way that I'd done the front side, because eventually I'm going to be flapping the wings up and I want the underside to look the same as the top. So I'm just going through and stamping each one of the butterflies in the same way. Once I'd done that, I marked all of my butterflies up. You won't see me use all these butterflies in the card. I'm only using one of the butterflies, but I thought I'd do a batch so that I've got quite a few there. And then I'm just adding this. It's a Ranger embossing tinsel, a bridal one. It's embossing powder. It's kind of like a clear with a little bit of glitter in it, just to give a little bit of an accent to the butterflies. And then I'm just heat setting that. And this is another little die that I've got, a little happy birthday die that I've just again used plain white cardstock, and I'm going to scribble some a selection of colours that match in with the just the same colours that I've used for the butterflies and the flowers. And again, I sprayed a little bit of water onto the ink just so that I could get the colour saturation that I wanted. The reason I used the Faber Castell was because they act like a watercolour, but then once they're dry, they're permanent, they don't go anywhere. But you could probably use any water-based marker, I think, for this technique. I'm sure you could. And then I've just done the same thing. I heat set the ink on it just because I couldn't be bothered to wait for it to dry. And then I've just added that same tinsel with the Versamark, and I'm heat setting that as well now, so that it gives me the same finish as I've got on the butterflies. And then I'm just going to glue the sentiment directly to the card. I'm using a glue stick on this. You can use whatever glue is your favourite. And now I'm just measuring. I'm going to punch a couple of little holes in the front of my card. So I'm measuring where I want my holes to be, because I've got some velvet ribbon, and I want to pop that onto the front of the card. And because of the scallops around the edge of the card, I thought it would be easier to put some holes into my card and thread the ribbon through that way rather than try and navigate going around the scallops in the card. I'm just threading that through, and then when I'm happy with how I've got the ribbon through, I'm just going to use some glossy accents to stick my ribbon down with. Again, use whatever glue you're comfortable with. And now I'm just taking the butterfly and I'm going to fold the wings where they naturally want to crease. And then again take a little drop of glossy accents just to put on the back of the butterfly. Just pop that in place. And I've got some purple bling, little tiny bits of purple bling that I'm just adding to the body of the butterfly just to sparkle it up a little bit. And I'm going to use that same bling to add a little bit of sparkle to the sentiment. And that is a very simple one layer card. I hope you enjoyed it. I've got some close-up shots for you to look at just so that you can see it in better detail. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.